Hello, welcome to another edition of Take 5. We are in Luke chapter 24. Verse 1, But on the first day of the week, at early dawn, they went to the tomb, taking the spices they had prepared. And they found the stone rolled away from the tomb. But when they went in, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were perplexed about this, behold, two men stood by them in dazzling apparel. And as they were frightened and bowed their faces to the ground, the men said to them, Why do you seek the living among the dead? He is not here, but has risen. Remember how he told you, while he was still in Galilee, that the Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinful men, and be crucified, and on the third day rise? And they remembered his words, and returning from the tomb, they told all these things to the 11, and to all the rest. Now it was Mary Magdalene, and Joanna, and Mary the mother of James, and the other women with them, who told these things to the apostles. But these words seemed to them an idle tale, and they did not believe them. But Peter rose and ran to the tomb. Stooping and looking in, he saw the linen cloths by themselves, and he went home marveling at what had happened. He has arisen. The women get to the tomb. They're going to anoint the body, but there's no body. There's no body in the tomb. There are a couple of guys there, and it says they, what's the appearance? It says they were in dazzling apparel. So, probably a couple of angels. They were so spectacular. They were so glorious that the women bowed down in honor to worship those guys. But they said, listen, the Son of Man, he told you. He said he told you that he was going to rise from the dead. Remember when he told you that? He said, why are you seeking the living among the dead? This is a tomb. This is where dead people are. You don't need to be looking here. He's not here. He's risen. And I want to give the women credit. They believed the angels. They believed what he was telling them, or what the angels were telling them. So they ran and tell the apostles. Now the apostles were with Jesus. They heard all this talk about resurrection too, but they didn't believe it. Now Peter, though, give Peter a little credit. At least he runs to check out the story, to see if at least the first part of their story was true, that the tomb was empty. And he found out that it was empty, and it says he was marveling what happened, but he really didn't quite believe it. Now, we are being asked to believe something that we never saw. We're being asked to believe this testimony that we're reading today. I believe this is why Jesus says to them, and we'll read this later, blessed are you because you see and believe. More blessed are those who believe without seeing. See, the women saw the empty tomb and heard the angel's testimony, and they believed. Peter heard the women's testimony, saw the empty tomb, was still marveling. The rest of the apostles didn't even believe. Now, they eventually would believe. But I'm asking you, you don't have the advantage that they had, that they did actually see Jesus risen. So you've got to take it by faith. Do you believe this story? If you are, I'm telling you, you're going to be blessed. We're celebrating Easter this weekend, and it's the greatest story ever told. The fact that Jesus rose from the dead. And one day you and I are going to be raised from the dead as well. But hey, we got more on this subject, so you come back tomorrow for the next edition of Take 5.